Hey, what's up YouTube? Lightsaber Samurai here, and I'm back again for another video. And this time I wanted to talk about the Xbox One, and more specifically, 3 ways the Xbox One is better than the PS4. Now, I already know what some of you are gonna say. Hey, I don't know what you're talking about, but Xbox don't do shit better than PlayStation 4. Whoa, calm down. Let's talk about it. Okay, now sure, I can talk about things that most people talk about, like how personally I feel like Xbox Live is killing, PSN when it comes to just the entire online experience, whether that be through multiplayer games or, their store or whatever the case. And I can talk about how, as far as their premium systems go, while the PlayStation 4 has nice graphics and looks good, that diet 4K is nothing compared to the real deal that you get on the Xbox One X and all the extra processing power, and how third-party games like the last generation tend to work better on the Xbox One. But I'll save all of that, and let's talk about exclusives. Exclusives? Boy, you capping. Look at this, man. Look, PlayStation. Look, I got Nier Automata, you know what I'm saying? I got what you know about Horizon Zero Dawn, you know what I'm saying? I got the Final Fantasy Dissidia, you know what I'm saying? I got the Spider-Mans, you know what I'm saying? Look at this. Senran Kagura Peach Beach Splash, you know what I'm saying? No shoes, no shirt, all service edition. Man, quit playing with me, boy. Okay, true. If you're talking just about sheer number of exclusives, yes, the PlayStation 4 definitely has many more exclusives than the Xbox or the Switch for that matter. That being said, I think that there are still many great gameplay experiences you can only experience on the Xbox One. For instance, hidden gem exclusives like Recore. There are games like Sunset Overdrive, which is a fantastic open world game and another hidden gem in its own right. There's the Rare Replay, which is, even though it's basically a collection of pre-existing games, the Rare Replay came out only on the Xbox One, and it was a fantastic collection from one of the greatest developers of all time. Of course, you've got big names like Gears of War 5, Halo 5 Guardians, and many more. So I think that yes, while the PlayStation may have more exclusives, there are still tons of just groundbreaking games that you can only play on the Xbox One. So that's why in third place I have to say exclusives. Okay, so next up we gotta talk about the controllers. Now, don't get me wrong, the PS4 controller is a fantastic controller, but there are a lot of advantages that the Xbox One controller has over it. For instance, a lot of new innovations that came out with the Xbox controller. Now, the D-pad, still not as good as the PS4, but greatly improved over the last generation. So the D-pad is something I can actually use now when it comes to fighting games. Actually, I really like the clickiness of it when you're changing directions on the D-pad. Also, it's something about those off-center analog sticks. I love the fact that the analog sticks are off-center as opposed to right next to each other, and I really like the way that feels when I'm playing first-person shooters. In conjunction with that, the Xbox controller still has some of the best triggers in the business, and it's because of that any first-person shooter I can get, if it's third-party, I'm gonna buy the Xbox version. It was the same way with the 360, the same way with the original Xbox, just the fact that there are actual triggers on the back of it. And the PS4 controller has gotten better with that, but still best triggers in the business. The last thing I want to talk about in regards to the controller is the battery life. Now, I know that the PS4 controller has a rechargeable battery, but when you look at the Xbox controller and I put a pair of AA batteries in it, I get a battery life of like 40 hours out of that before they drain out. Now you think about that, that's literally 10 times as much battery life as I get with the PS4 controller. So I either got to keep it tethered, or like I said, I can run it off of the USB port on the PlayStation 4 controller. But man, every time Xbox users bring up the controller, okay, it's got the battery life. Okay, so the Xbox controller might last a little longer than the PS4, but you know what the PS4 controller got? It's got this little touchpad, huh? Yeah, you want to touch it? What does the Xbox One got? Nothing. I can't touch nothing on that controller. Look at it. Definitely if when I'm going pound for pound with the controllers, I gotta give the slight edge to the Xbox One controller. So that's number 2. Okay, number 3, last but not least, and this one is very important with me. It's a feature that this console have that none of the other consoles of this generation can possess, and that is backwards compatibility. I can't tell you how happy I am that the Xbox One is going full in and not only making the Xbox One compatible with their Xbox 360 library, but also with their original Xbox library, and there's hundreds of titles for both of those consoles compatible with the Xbox One. And with that, it's not just the fact that you get to play the game, but even especially with the original Xbox games, you can see the graphical upgrades, you can see the improvements in frame rates and load times and things like that. So you're squeezing, a lot of juice out of your old games, and I'm getting a lot of use out of my old library. And not only that, the games are running better on this system than they do in most cases on the original hardware. So backwards compatibility is something that the folks over at PlayStation and Sony were quoting as saying that gamers weren't interested in anymore, which is ludicrous. That's incredibly stupid. How do you go from the PlayStation 3 and some models being able to play PlayStation 1, 2, and 3 games to your latest system not being able to play any games at all? I mean, you can buy them from the store, but I don't want to digitally buy games from the store that I already own in my library. I'd rather just pop the disc in and have it work. So kudos to Microsoft for that, and they are adding titles to those BC lists every month. So like I said, that is the biggest advantage that Microsoft has over its competitors, the backwards compatibility. As a retro gamer, that's something that's very special to my heart, and something that's very nice. If I'm streaming, I'm using my Xbox One to stream, and I don't feel like playing some Xbox One games. If I want to crack open some 360 classics, I can do that without having to switch consoles. I can pop in some of the original Xbox games and show some of my younger viewers, some of the classics without having to switch consoles. They look great, and especially with the Xbox One X on a 4K TV, they look phenomenal. So that's number 3. Okay, but the games ain't backwards compatible because, you gay. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so that's going to do it for this video. But just down below in the comments section, questions, comments, concerns, threats, what are some advantages that you think that the Xbox One holds over the PlayStation? As always, if you like this content, please go ahead and give me a like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I do believe that's all I got for you. Lightsaber Samurai out. Peace. Hey, what's up guys? Lightsaber Samurai here. Just for the record, I'm a huge PlayStation fan. Most of my regular subscribers already know that about me, but I figured I'd shine a light on the Xbox One and show some love to a system that I feel like gets a lot of unnecessary hate. At the end of the day, I think the Xbox One, like the PS4, is a fantastic console to play video games on. So if you would like to see me do the inverse of this, or is it the converse? I don't know. The opposite, and we'll talk about 3 things that the PS3 can do better than the Xbox. Let's lay it down in the comments below, and I will get on that. As always, Lightsaber Samurai. Peace.